What's up gamers, welcome back to another episode of Video Game Gems. For all of you artists watching, have you ever drawn one of your favorite video game characters? A character that looks cool? Or a character from your favorite video game? Characters are just as much gems as the games we play. They give us a feeling of nostalgia, and as we spend time with them, we fall in love with them. So today on Video Game Gems, we are going to look at 10 video game characters with unique designs. And this time, I'm not alone. Today we have a special guest on the show, an artist named Brookes Eggleston.
Thanks for having me on, AJ. I'm all over the internet, but the best place to find me is on Character Design Forge here on YouTube, where I'm talking about this kind of stuff all the time.
Why are you purple?
I mean, why aren't you purple? You can't just ask someone why they're purple, dude. My list starts off with Olimar, the captain of the SS Dolphin from the Pikmin series. I'm sure a lot of folks would consider Olimar to be an odd, almost dopey looking character design, but his novelty is a big part of the appeal to me. A lot of times the charm and appeal of character design almost gets conventional and stuck in a rut, which is why the design of Olimar and Pikmin in general feels more like something made by an indie game developer than the Big N. Olimar fits a lot of visual information into a small, compact form. Immediately you understand that he's an astronaut and that he's not quite human. One of my favorite elements of Olimar is that the antenna on his helmet mirrors the same stem-like growth out of the top of Pikmin's heads. Not only does it contribute to their signature look, that stem is what helps Olimar pluck, throw, and ultimately control the Pikmin, which makes a similar shape on his design a bit like the next level of control up. We, the player, control Olimar, and in turn he controls the Pikmin. My favorite character designs in games are the ones that accentuate and emphasize gameplay like that.
First on my list is Gigabowser. He's a more powerful version of the original Bowser, who is stronger in every way. He was introduced to us in Super Smash Bros. Melee as a second phase final boss for Mario on harder difficulties. Bowser is already a dangerous character, with sharp spikes, claws, horns, and teeth. He also has large muscles and is the embodiment of brute strength. Gigabowser takes it a step further. Bowser doubles in size, and all his spikes grow longer and thinner, making him even scarier. Gigabowser is no pushover. Going into this final boss fight, while knowing one wrong move could end it all, makes the battle feel much more rewarding when you finally take him down.
My next pick has to be the heroic and tragic frog from Chrono Trigger. The variety of designs across the game are fantastic, but a realistic frog head on a knight's body, valiantly defending his friends and carrying on a legacy makes for the perfect RPG companion.
Skull Kid is a character from the Legend of Zelda series, who has gone through a couple of different designs. Without even playing the game, you can tell Skull Kid belongs to the forest. His skin is made of wood, while his outfit is made of mostly grass and straw. In Twilight Princess, his appearance changes to more of an imp-looking design. Skull Kid's role in the series changes throughout the games. He's a character you don't get to spend much time with. He's a character surrounded in mystery, and I think that adds to his appeal.
A good character design, or design in general, is something that can solve multiple problems with one solution. I've talked about the design of Animal Crossing characters in my videos before. Not only are they charming, cute, and simple, but their proportionally large heads emphasize their expression and dialogue, which plays a large role in Animal Crossing. Isabelle fulfills a pivotal role in Animal Crossing New Leaf as a surrogate for the player into the role as mayor. Isabelle's relentlessly positive attitude and work ethic is infectious, and her design, while simple, has several really cool details. Her bell-shaped head and hair make her look like a physical bell and handle. She also resembles the red-tied bags of money in Animal Crossing, which are also called bells. The second problem she solves has to do with her inclusion in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. While her innocent and charming personality fits perfectly in Animal Crossing, playing as her in a game full of sword-swinging action heroes is incredibly fun and fairly frustrating for your opponents.
Velvet Crow is the main protagonist of an RPG called Tales of Berseria. However, just by looking at her, she doesn't look like she belongs on the winning team. Velvet is a very aggressive character who has seen plenty of hardships. We know this through her torn clothes and bandaged hand. Her left arm can turn into a beast claw and consume enemies. Her right arm is equipped with a retractable blade. She attacks quickly as she herself is part beast. This is why she doesn't wear heavy armor. When she fights, she quits thinking rationally and relies on instinct without worrying about the consequences or the people she may hurt in the process.
Hollow Knight is a vast, satisfying, and rewarding game, one that is brutal but fair. It borrows a favorite trope of mine, and AJ's as well, the rival you aspire to be, and will eventually grow beyond. In Mega Man, that's Proto Man, in Mega Man X, that's Zero, and in Hollow Knight, that's Hornet. Hornet is an elegantly designed, agile, and mysterious character who initially stands against the player character. She can easily be broken up into 3 simple shapes thanks to a cloak that covers most of her body. Her signature weapon, the Needle, pairs with her spider heritage for a really unique moveset and series of motifs that include spider silk. While she was originally planned as a playable DLC character, thankfully the team behind Hollow Knight are fleshing her out into a fully fledged adventure called Silksong.
Ring a Bell is one of the 4 main protagonists from Bravely Default, a spin-off series to Final Fantasy. Ring a Bell is a character who has lost his memory. Anyone who knows me knows that amnesia is one of the few cliché story arcs I despise with a passion. But Ring a Bell's situation is different, and it's explained to us at the beginning of the game. Ring a Bell carries around a journal with him that belongs to someone whose name starts with a D. The journal's pages are filled with future events that happen to your party throughout the adventure. Any one of the protagonists could have been chosen for this list for the same reason. They all start out with simple outfits. This is because you're not expected to wear them for very long. Bravely Default revolves around the characters constantly swapping classes to fight different enemies. Each class comes with its own abilities and outfit design, and the clothing designs for each class is different for each character.
Platforming game mascots defined an era of video games. Mario, Sonic, Banjo, Crash, Spyro, Gex, maybe? Maybe not Gex. It was an era where systems were sold on the backs of iconic and simple character designs. While I appreciate the designs and sensibilities from this era a ton, one fairly obscure character stands out as a personal favorite. Klonoa, Master of the Wind Ring, Dream Traveler, feels immediately familiar. A nondescript animal character with massive, functional ears that are tipped with star shapes. While Klonoa is a great design, I should note that a huge reason for my appreciation of him has to do with the design hitting all of the aesthetic notes that I resonate with the most. The flapping ears, the wind theme, and the dreamlike feel of his first game especially puts Klonoa at the top for me. And in the end, our own personal choices, as much as we can talk about the objective merits of what's good and what isn't, comes down to what they mean to you.
Our last character is Tethu, a bug-like creature from a game called Ever Oasis. He's one of the few Oasis owners in a vast desert land that used to be filled with greenery. Tethu has human-like proportions and horns that grow out of his head. Tethu's design is exotic, which helps him stick out from other characters. There's also an official female version of the character with white skin and different horn designs on her head. Well, that's it for this video. A big thank you to Brookes for agreeing to do this video with me. As he stated earlier, he's got his own channel called Character Design Forge, where he shares advice on how to create your own characters. And trust me, he knows what he's talking about. If that's something you're interested in, go check out his channel. There's a link in the description below. Also, this is not the only video you guys are getting this month. I'm working on another video that I will have out near the end of the month. Also, for those of you wondering, this is what a regular Brookes looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep on gaming.